Have you ever wondered why some people who do good in this life encounter misfortune, while on the contrary, those who do bad deeds seem to find luck? Is that unfair? I want to assure you that it is completely fair, not unfair. Why is that? Today, I will explain this to you through the law of cause and effect in Buddhism. Heraclitus, an ancient Greek philosopher, once said, "No one can step twice into the same river." This statement reflects the continuous transformation of humans and the world of phenomena. All these existences are existences of interdependent origination, constantly unfolding within the cycle of cause and effect. And it is within this causal relationship that the issue of Buddhist ethics is raised under the concept of good and bad karma. Therefore, when discussing cause and effect, karma, it is about a process of human creation, leading to a life of peace or suffering for each individual. Within this process, every thought and specific action is a driving force that creates either a state of peace or unrest, leading to a happy or unhappy life. Naturally, throughout this creative process, humans always play a central and active role. Here, according to the Buddha's teachings, there is no influence by any power, creator, deity, or God in this process, only humans and their mental actions. Religions generally have different concepts of cause and effect. Here, we will only explore the concept of cause and effect purely from the Buddhist perspective. Cause is the reason, and effect is the outcome. In the world of dependent origination, every object and phenomenon has its causes. The cause of a particular phenomenon is called the cause, and the existence of the phenomenon is the effect. In this causal relationship, every existence is both a cause and an effect. Like the cycle of clouds, rain, water, and vapor, the primary cause of an existence is called the cause, and secondary causes that influence the effect are called conditions. Therefore, a full expression would be cause-condition-effect. In the causal relationship, as mentioned, there are also conditional factors involved, so the fulfillment of an effect depends on these conditions. Therefore, we need to note a few points as follows. In the teaching of cause and effect, a single cause cannot lead to a single effect, nor can a single effect arise from just one cause. Cause and effect are often of the same nature. For example, a chicken egg only hatches into a chick, not a duckling. There is no confusion within the same category. Although cause and effect are of the same kind, due to the influence of intermediate conditions, the effect can be of the same type as the cause but still different. For example, a handful of salt in a bowl of soup makes it salty. But if thrown into a vast lake, it does not. This difference depends on the conditions, which shape the effect accordingly. Karma is the manifestation of the relationships between good-evil, right-wrong, etc. It belongs to the realm of conditioned phenomena, which are the embodiment of discriminatory thoughts. Therefore, with a purified and detached mind, the issue of cause and effect, karma, is no longer discussed. Normally, for an effect to materialize, there needs to be a complete set of primary and secondary causes. Thus, cause and effect can be considered from many angles such as time, space, physical, psychological, etc. Types of cause and effect. Simultaneous cause and effect. This is when the effect follows the cause very quickly. For example, eating makes you full, drinking water quenches thirst, anger leads to sadness, etc. Delayed cause and effect. This type of cause and effect involves a time gap before the effect manifests. This gap is categorized into three types. Immediate retribution. The actions in this life lead to immediate results in this life. Example: studying diligently as a child results in becoming a knowledgeable person as an adult. Next life retribution. The actions in this life yield results in the next life. Example: according to the Ksitagarbha Sutra, Those who often tease others might be reborn as monkeys or apes in the next life. Later retribution. The actions in this life bring about consequences in future lives. These three types of cause and effect are considered fixed karma because of their relatively stable timeline. However, there are cases where strong intermediate conditions interfere, making the time and nature of the karmic results uncertain. In such instances, it is referred to as unfixed karma. The three times of cause and effect also answer why some people who do good in this life face misfortune. And conversely, why those who do bad deeds encounter luck. According to physics and psychology, this classification aims to indicate the manifestation of karmic effects through the psychological attitude towards karma, highlighting the different gaps between physical and psychological karma, between inner self and external environment. Inner self and external environment. The manifestation of cause and effect in the human mind is called internal cause and effect, and the opposite is called external. For example, if a monk is falsely accused and imprisoned, his body is in prison, but his mind remains calm, detached, and liberated. In this case, the karmic effect only manifests physically and not mentally. Psychological and physical. The different expressions of cause and effect in the same person are divided into two parts, psychological and physical. For example, a person may have an unattractive appearance but possess a wise, kind, and generous mind with good practice. The reverse can also be true. However, there are also cases where a person enjoys blessings both physically and mentally, or vice versa. Karma and ethical responsibility in Buddhism. The doctrine of cause and effect is closely linked to the practice of Buddhist laypeople and to the ethical and moral issues of humanity. It seriously raises the issue of personal responsibility towards oneself and society. The Buddha taught, humans are the owners of their karma, the heirs to their karma. From this, the concept of cause and effect is discussed through the basic categories of human life. Cause and effect, the issue of Buddhist ethics and morality. The doctrine of cause and effect primarily teaches people to be mindful of their actions, to avoid evil, and to strive to do good to bring peace and tranquility to life. It emphasizes the concept of good and evil, which is the issue of ethics and morality for both humanity in general and for Buddhists in particular. However, the most crucial aspect of this teaching is the personal responsibility of each individual for their own living conditions. Therefore, the Buddhist teaching of cause and effect cannot be standardized like the legal rules enacted by society. For example, when someone commits a crime, the law will punish them when the crime is proven, meaning the wrongdoing has already been carried out. However, in terms of ethics and morality, a person is already at fault when the evil thought arises in their mind, even if it has not yet manifested into an action. Thus, the individual responsibility according to the doctrine of cause and effect is the highest responsibility for one's ethical and psychological attitude, not merely the legal responsibility defined by society. In some cases, clever individuals may evade the law, but in terms of ethics and morality, they cannot escape their own conscience. Therefore, from an educational perspective, the doctrine of cause and effect is an incredibly healthy and positive educational method. Right from the start, it brings individuals back to themselves, making them fully responsible for their own thoughts and actions. Happiness or suffering is self-created. There is no punishment or reward, no dogma or creed that can be established on the basis of Buddhist cause and effect. Such a moral and ethical foundation, so humanistic, positive, wise, and full of compassion, if applied to each person, family, school, and society, would certainly lead to a peaceful and happy life. Cause and effect, the starting point of the liberation process. As previously mentioned, the doctrine of cause and effect focuses on the issues of good-evil, right-wrong, and good-bad, which are related to human ethical life. However, this is also the starting point for entering the path of Buddhism. But in Buddhism, enlightenment and liberation do not stop at the realm of cause and effect, good and evil. It goes further, transcending the world of dualistic discrimination between good and evil. The Buddha taught that all phenomena are non-self. Therefore, all distinctions of good-evil, right-wrong are merely products of conceptual thought arising from the illusion of self. The most important thing is to strive to understand and recognize that no concept of self truly exists. All is non-self. Realizing this means stepping onto the path to the liberated reality, a world beyond all discriminatory concepts, beyond all deluded self-concepts, a world of purity, detachment, and non-attachment. Here, the death of the cycle of birth and death governed by cause and effect no longer exists. When the self-concept is relinquished, craving and attachment dissolve. When self-concept, craving, and attachment are eradicated, the pillar of the karmic world of good and evil collapses. This is the meaning of the ultimate nirvana. The role of cause and effect in explaining karmic differences. Cause and effect play a very important role in explaining the differences in karma among individuals and establishing a highly humanistic and positive foundation of Buddhist ethics and morality. Buddhist cause and effect is not fate, nor does it carry the nature of predestination. Human existence does not simply depend on past actions but also on present actions. This opens a dynamic and positive path for individuals to overcome all obstacles of karma, even potentially ending the cycle of suffering right in this life. According to the Buddha's teachings, all the karma of countless past lives has accumulated in this body of 5 aggregates. What remains is the creative action between the physical body and the world, specifically new karma created through the interaction of the 6 senses with the 6 sense objects, resulting in consciousness of feelings such as joy, sorrow, pain, pleasure, or neutrality. From this understanding, the true path to liberation is not merely in the karma of the 5 aggregates but in the creative actions of the 5 aggregates. When we realize that the 5 aggregates are non-self, that they have no inherent nature, and no longer cling to them as me, mine, or myself, then karmic retribution will no longer exist. In the scriptures, there are occasional references to transcendental cause and effect. However, in reality, if in this very world, afflictions and impurities are completely eradicated, then transcendence is present here and now, like a lotus blooming above the water, radiating in the infinite sky. Cause and effect, karma, is a conditioned phenomenon, meaning there is no reason for it to be eternally fixed. The key is to make full use of the wisdom that illuminates the shadow of the ego to enter the true reality. This is the image of an arahant who has ended the cycle of birth and death right in this worldly realm. For a Buddhist, understanding cause and effect, building faith on its basis, and thus creating a peaceful and happy life is essential. In the Dhammapada, the Buddha taught, mind precedes all phenomena. Mind is their chief. They are all mind-made. If with an impure mind a person speaks or acts, suffering follows him like the wheel that follows the foot of the ox. If with a pure mind a person speaks or acts, happiness follows him like his shadow that never leaves him.